welcome to you all. This is Mike Hamilton from Trade the Easy Way, and on this short weekly review I'm going to start off by looking at the dollar index. So the Fed meet early next month, and bear in mind we're practically the end of August now anyway. Very high probability of a rate drop, and as you can see we're getting a series in this dollar index, getting a series of lower highs and lower lows. So you can see this channel here. Every time we popped out of it in June, I think it was, popped to the upside, then popped to the downside, popped to the upside. So we could quite easily follow this channel right down and potentially even break these lows. This is propping up the markets at the moment. So weak dollar and prospect of a rate drop in the US is sustaining these market highs. Let's go along and look at that right now. So this is the S&P. We're knocking our heads against this all-time high. Nvidia reported after the close last night, Nvidia was 8% of this index. So the results were good. Look across, well received on the whole. It's keeping Nvidia nice and high at the moment. If we can break this 6500, I would expect us to go and see 6570 and possibly 6700 if we can keep going. Okay, so incredibly bullish. All of these dips have been bought. So when we get to the top of this little channel, we peel back, sometimes deeper than others. So the top of this channel will take us into 6700, thereabouts. So a couple hundred pips above where we are now. Okay, so if that pans out, let's look across to the market. Before I do that, jumping ahead of myself here, let's just look at the FTSE, seeing as most of you are Brits. So you can see the same story. There's the Liberation Day drop. Drops into support, starts to wind up, breaks out, and then all these little dips into the averages and key pivots are bought. We've done getting a corrective pattern here. FTSE's come off, I think it's got close to 9400, dipping back into a breakout area. So as long as, if we can hold this 92, could easily go and see 90 down there. But if we can hold this 92, then I think we'll go back to 94 and come and find 95. Close under 92, then we're going to do a much deeper pullback. But so far the pullbacks are shallow. September, it's worth bearing in mind, is typically one of the most volatile months in the year. So just be warned about that. We don't often look at Bitcoin, but let's do that, because we've had a 1, 2, 3 wave down to this May 25 high, and deeper, sorry. It's gone back into the June support, the breakout area. So a boomerang back into a breakout area is very common. We are holding, we are pushing up from here. So I think we could do another 5 wave pattern, at least back to this new all-time high at 125. Then if we break that, then we're going to 132. So this is a handsome ambush pullback. Hold that 112, and I think we could wind back. So now key support is the 110. So if we retest that in the next couple of days, that is buyable. Close underneath this 108, and then we're going to do a much deeper retracement, and potentially this will really come off the boil if we do that. Gold. So all these pullbacks got bought. So we came away, did a deeper retracement here, 3 wave retracement into this big push up here. that got bought, and then have been sustaining this 32.70 and currently looking as if we can easily go back to 34.40. If we break that, then we're going to go into 3500, 3550, possibly higher. So 3400 is a pullback buy. Wouldn't be at all surprised if we go a little deeper than that. Let me just get rid of these. If we pull back to 33.70 again, which is this the most recent breakout area, that will be a good entry. 33.70 on the gold. Right, quickly on to UK stocks. I posted this one last week. Came in. So we've just been talking about how markets can boomerang back. So we had this huge breakout and push into 1960, and another deep retracement. So we come back. We didn't come all the way back to this breakout area, but we came up into the main support area, the main supply area, so demand area. Today we've pushed into 1680. This is Softcat, ticker SCT. Still time to get in there. 1623, 1620. My target is this 1700 on Softcat. If it blasts up there with a similar sort of volume, then this could go higher. It does have a, but I will be quite happy with that 1800. A couple of penny stocks I'm looking at. This has been as high as 8.5p after I recommended it, after I suggested it. Dropped right back to 4.5 on Meta. Take a look at this index. So I didn't introduce this index to you. So when a market, it's very, very similar to the histogram in MACD. So it's just a more graphic version of MACD. If you get a deep drop and it's a higher low, in other words it's divergent, so you make a lower low but you make a higher high in this awesome oscillator, that's very bullish. So we saw that a wave up to 8.5p, we've gone back down to this support. If we can close above 5 in the next couple of days, I think we can get to 10. And this divergence support that. We're not above the midline. Volume has been getting better, but on these cheapies, just go small size. Try and buy a nice dip. Get a tight stop. Don't give it too much room, and see where that takes you. Let's get all the cheapies out of the way. IQE. So we talked about this. A big box play. There's the box. If you break out of the box and go right back in the box again, that is incredibly bullish. What is not bullish at the moment is the fact we can't get above 10. Can't get above 9.5 in fact. We're down there just under 9. We need to get back up here in the next couple of days. Certainly into next week. Otherwise, if this breaks that low again and stays underneath that 8.5, this is coming down on IQE. Because of financials, so talked about this 10.11 on Prudential. It's hit that, it's pulled right back. If you want to get in this, if you're very patient, you might see £9 again, 9.20. Polar, done a sweet move from 322 to just under, or just around the £5 mark, just under. Wouldn't be at all surprised to see that go down to 450 on this bullish consolidation. If we then turn up, close above 475, get these averages crossing, then I think we can go and punch through 5 and go and see 550, 560. Close underneath 450, and this is going to see a much deeper retracement to at least 440 and or potentially all the way back down there. But I'm bullish on this one. I think this is a bull flag, and the bullish consolidation is normally over on a dip underneath support to shake out weak hands. Just moving across, this is EasyJet. I'm looking for a gap fill up there at 585. Deep pullback yesterday. So if we can start to get back above £5 again, then I can see this at long last filling that gap. I wouldn't watch out for a move down to 470, which is where the key support is. But if we can, we've done okay today. This dip has appeared to have got some buyers back in. So if we can get another higher close above £5 soon, this has a chance. BT recently pulled back to 198, that's 217. If we close above 220, we're going to 235, 250. Man Group, talked about this last week. Any pullback to 160 now, we're 166, I think is buyable. If we can get through this 180, then I think we can really move on Man Group. Advanced Medical, been talking about this off and on for quite a while. So we had a sweet move up to 265, that got sold into. But every time it sweeps into this 190, it generally gets hold. A nice head and shoulders here, broke out of that, and back to 220. So we're at the moment very sideways. If this is a bullish consolidation, I want to be at all surprised to see 188. If we drop to 188 and close above £2 again, I think that could end this consolidation, and then we can start to get back to 250, 265, and ultimately £3. But it's going to, by the looks of it, it's going to take time. That is not looking like it could be a quick mover. This is one that I want to get in and I'm not. FTC Fulltronic. I'm going to be patient and see if we can come back into that support there, which would put it at around about the 130 mark, 125, 130. We're currently 146. So I'm just going to try and hold out for a decent price on that. I may not get it. There is a gap down there at 135, 137. So I would certainly look into that if that dropped and held on FTC Fulltron. Vodafone's doing well. Looks as if we could go and see £1 soon. 84 is the main support down there. Might see 80 again if you're interested. Tallow oil keeps bumping into this resistance here at 11.5. Volumes improved there, got better there. We need to see something like this to get this going. If we anytime soon get above 11.5, I can see this really picking up. Who knows, maybe we can get back to 20 plus. But all the time we're down here, we could, and we break support, we could get lower and go and find 8.7. Alright. Just going to finish up with talking about oil. This has a bearing on EasyJet. If this starts to pick up and close above 65, 65 is the real line in the sand for oil. If we close above 65, then I think this can really recover. At the moment, we're making a series of lower highs and lower lows. So if we drop under this 64 here, then we're going to see 60 and potentially 55, and who knows, maybe even 50 if we fall out of this. But close above 65 and this could really regain and get its momentum. So we are sideways at best, Had invents yesterday. That was the invent bar. So close under, even closing under 63, yesterday's low. If that's the invent day, we break that 63, then this is could start that journey lower. We're under the averages, and we're under that 65. So steer clear, but watch out, because if that gets above 65, that could pop and help Tullow. So a pop up could help Tullow, a pop down could affect EasyJet to the upside potentially, and of course vice versa. I hope that helps. I will update you as the days tick by, so talk to you again very soon.